Before heading to the video, if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it and don't forget to click the bell icon for the latest update notification. If you like the video, do like, comment and share. Stay tuned with learnbay.co. Happy learning!
Next topic which comes up over here is joins. Joins. Now till now what we have seen, we have extracted the data from only one table. We have extracted the data from only one table. If I am either extracting the data from the employee table or from the salary table. But what if I need to extract the data from multiple tables? I have to merge the data from multiple tables. Then the concept of joins. If you want to join more than one table, or I should say if you want to merge more than one table, we have a concept called joins. So let's see this. So there are various types of join, which are inner join, left join, right join, full join, Cartesian join, and self join. So let's do them one by one. The different type of joins gives the different ways of joining the two tables. So let's proceed on with the first one, that is inner join. Now, inner join returns the common records. Returns common record. Now say, I will say select star. Now suppose these are the two tables which I wanted to merge. In the first table, employee, I have 57 records, and in the second table, employee salary, I have 37 records. Okay. Now I want to display employee ID, name, city, date of birth, date of joining, department, designation, and salary. Now, name, employee ID, name, city, date of birth, date of joining, these are in the employee table, and department, designation, salary are in the employee salary table. Now let's see how can we extract it. So we will say select emp.eid, emp.name, emp.city, emp.toj, emp.dob. Let's make dob first, emp underscore cell dot department, emp underscore cell dot designation, emp underscore cell dot salary from emp inner join emp underscore cell on emp.eid is equal to emp underscore cell dot eid. Let's execute this. What I have missed on?
There are two commas after emp.dog. First line.
Oh yes. Now, here it is. I am getting the details. Employee ID, name, city, date of birth, date of joining, department, designation, and salary. Now what I have done, select the name of the fields. I have given the list of all the fields which I wanted to see from table 1, inner join table 2. So this inner join table 2 means on by using which concept I should merge the two tables. So SQL should merge the two tables using the concept of inner join, and inner join says the common records. So if you will see how many records you are getting 37 records over here. Okay. Now on emp.eid is equal to employee sal.eid. So what does this on means? That there should be, if we are joining the two tables, there is one requirement that the two tables should have at least one field in common. Then only we will be able to join. The two tables should have at least one field in common. So that is the employee ID. So I'm saying the employee ID from the employee table should be merged with the employee ID in the employee salary table. Is this point clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
So this could be any like primary or unique value also, is it?
it could be anything. And this is a good question which normally students ask at the end of the topic of join, but you have highlighted over here. That is good. While making joins, it is not at all mandatory that the tables which we are joining should be in a relationship. The only requirement we have is that there should be a common field, nothing else. There should be a common field.
Okay.
Clear? Clear?
Okay, yeah.
Right.
What if
Next.
the fields are not unique? I mean, the values
Sorry?
are not unique. If there are multiple, I mean, the values are not unique. Like we have two same employee IDs.
In the employee
Just an
salary
example.
table. In an employee salary table, no, it is very valid example. Suppose over here the assumption which I have taken in these tables that I am entering the annual salary of the employees. Okay. Or say if I need to make this entry after every month, so there will be duplicate records in the employee salary table. Yes. Yes or not? If I have the entry
Yeah.
of E1030 multiple times, every month I will be making an entry into this table. Okay. So then there will be definitely, so you will be getting multiple records. So in that scenario, this name, the name, suppose the name of E1030 is Konica. The Konica will be appearing multiple times in the output which you are trying to get. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Right. So let's proceed on with this.
So
I have then
in that case, how would the in that case, how would the join work? I mean, how
same
would it
manner.
know that?
Same manner. See,
Because we
let
have
me
two
show you. Let
values,
me
sir.
show you. Wait. Just give me 1 second. How it is working. Now see what it has done. Select employee ID, name, city, date of birth, and date of joining. So it has taken the respective field from the employee table. Now, while taking the details from the employee table, it will use this on. It will search this employee ID, that is 1001, in the employee salary table, and from there it will pick up the respective details. That is ops director and this. So that's how we are getting it over here. Okay, at the bottom. Ops director and 4 lakhs. Okay.
Yeah, but let's say there is another field with the
With the same ID.
1001. Yeah.
You will getting it
And
twice.
has a different salary.
Yeah, you will get
Then
it
it will
twice.
be-
Try doing this. My suggestion is try doing this. You will automatically understand what I'm trying to explain you. Try doing this. Okay. Try doing this with the multiple fields. I need to create a table for this to show you that. Otherwise, you can try doing it and it is self-explanatory. Okay. So I'm just elaborating on this thing. I have specified the table name over here. Now see, it is as of now the name of the table is very small, EMP cell, right? 3 digits, 3 characters and 6 characters. But in a real-time scenario, the table name could be big, and writing the table name again and again, it's quite troublesome. Yes. So for this, let's try to make this query more simpler. Select even.emp comma even.emp eid even.eid comma even.name comma even.city comma even.date of birth comma even.date of joining comma e2 dot department comma e2 dot designation comma e2 dot salary from emp e1 inner join emp underscore cell e2 on emp e1 dot eid is equal to e2 dot eid. Let's execute this. I am getting the same result. Now what I have done, instead of writing the table name again and again, I have used the table alias. We call this even e2, which I have mentioned over here. We call them as alias. You can give any name, A, B, X, Y, whatever you wanted to give, you can give that name. So these are the table alias. In a simpler words, you can say these are the nicknames. So the nickname of EMP is E1 and the nickname of EMP cell is E2. Right? So in this we are saying that get the employee ID from the E1, name from E1, city from E1, salary from E2, and so on. And here from EMP E1. So here we are declaring that E1 means EMP, and here we are declaring that E2 means EMP underscore cell. So is comparatively this query is more simpler? What is your
Yes, yes.
suggestion?
Yes.
Yep.
Right. Now, can anybody tell me why it is we are specifying the name of the field, name of the table while retrieving it? Why do we have to specify the name of the table? Because initially we do not have to specify the name of the table. We just used to specify the fields which I need to extract. Here we are specifying the name of the fields. Why?
Because
two
we
Because we
tables,
are
yeah,
dealing with
similar
two
fields.
tables, and there should be a series of which field we want first and which field we want
Okay.
after.
Okay. So let's
And
try
Assigning.
to. Just let's try to make this query more simpler for you. So I will say select emp dot eid comma let's I'm getting the same result. The query become more simpler. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Now here I am not specifying the name of the table. I have only specified the name of the table once, that is with the employee ID Y. Because see, it's a very simple logic behind it. SQL is smart enough, because for SQL it is very much visible that the name is there in the employee table and the salary is there in the employee salary table, date of birth is there in the employee table, and the department is there in the employee salary table. So but obvious the SQL will be retrieving the respective field from that table only. But the confusion comes when when the field is available in both the tables, like employee ID. In case of employee ID, SQL asks you that from which particular field, which particular table I should retrieve this. So there we have to specify that this thing needs to be retrieved from the employee table or whatever table we want. Just to clarify this more, let me take an example. Suppose you want to have a cup of tea. You are in your office, you want to have a cup of tea, but you do not have the stuff to make the tea. So you ask your office boy to get the stuff from the nearby shop. Now you have two shops near your office. One is the Reliance shop and another is the, say, More shop, right? Two shops are there, Reliance and More. Now the tea is available at Reliance, sugar is available at More, but milk is available at both the places, right? So in this case, you ask the office boy is smart enough, as the tea is available at Reliance, he will take the tea leaves from Reliance only. Sugar is available at More, he will take the sugar from More only. But for milk, he will ask you, sir, from which particular shop I should buy the milk? So you should, okay, get the milk from Reliance. So he will take the milk from Reliance. No confusion, because you asked him to bring it from the Reliance. Now same over here, the office boy over here is your SQL. SQL said that, okay, name is there in the employee table, I will take it from employee table. Salary is there in the salary table, I will take it from the salary table. Now for the employee ID, it is asking, sir, from where I should bring the employee ID. You said bring it from the employee table. So that's what it is doing. I hope this is very clear now.
Yes.
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 Yes,
Okay.
Rajay.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Right. So this is an example of inner join. In the inner join, we are retrieving the common fields from both the tables. Okay. The next join which will be coming up over here is left.
One question here, sir.
Please.
Okay, so here we show the us two tables. We are fetching out data with the select query from two tables with the common column, which is EID. Now, what's the scenario if we have multiple tables and we have to, let's say, not select but do another operations like insert or update anything? For example, like here, salary table is there, one is employee table, and third table, let's say, employees skill table. Skills are there. Fourth table is personal details of the employees. Like these four tables are there.
Okay,
now,
no problem.
How inner joins function in this scenario if you want to pull multiple columns from all these four tables, and there is one common, that is what employee ID. So I mean to say, if like, does it work like this, like in a join?
Yes, you can join 10
and
wait.
Okay.
I have one more table that is known as training. Okay, in which I have the employee ID, name and department, but this is available in this name and department, salary, city. Okay. Let me do one thing. It is. So in this, I have tried to extract the data from the three tables. Employee ID, name, city, and date of joining is from the employee table. Department and salary from the employee salary table, and module from the training table. Okay. So first it is go step by step. First you join the two table. Then when this becomes, then you join the third table. Here it is. Now in case I have any fourth table and I need the data from there as well, again I can put a join and use that as well. I hope this is clear now.
Yeah, okay. One query here, which is a small one, I think. We do this inner join each time we want to add a table to join.
Okay.
Can we do AND operator in between these like inner joins? Let's say in the first command, inner join emp sal.
No, not that way will not work. That way will not work.
As a syntax error or something.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Right. So let me quickly cover this other join as well, which is the left join. Right. So as the name suggests, let me take another table. Select, or I can take it over here as well. So I am taking the above query, this one. Now what I have copied and pasted the above query, the inner join one, and where I am getting the common records, right? Now instead of inner, I will simply change it to left. And as the name suggests, what it will do, all the records from the left table and the matching record from right table. Now just scroll it. Now just scroll it, right? You see, we have all the records, 57 records from the employee table and the matching records. The values are appearing as null, null, null because these things are not available in the employee salary table. So how we will come to know which is left and which is right? Anything before left join is left and after left join is right. The join before join left and after join right. Now let me take another table for this. Select start. Now here I have some tables CJ1 and CJ2, right? In the CJ1 I have the roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and their name, and CJ2 I have the roll number 1, 2, 3, 10, 11 and their marks. 4 and 5 are the ones which are not available in CJ2 and 10, 11 are the ones which are not available in the CJ1. Now if I use a left join over here, I will say select CJ1 dot roll number comma CJ1 dot name comma CJ2 dot marks from CJ1, sorry, left join CJ2 on CJ1 dot roll number is equal to CJ2 dot roll number. What is it? Was roll number or whatever?
And the last line
C1. Okay, it's CJ. Here it is. So we are getting all the records from CJ1 and matching from CJ2. Similarly, if I will make it right, instead of left, I will make it right. Right join. All the records from right and matching from left. All the numbers and the matching one from here. Clear? And then we have full join. Full join, as the name suggests, all the records from both the table. All the records from the CJ1 and all the records from CJ2. Clear? So left join, right join, full join. And a simple way to remember these joins is using this figure. You can remember. Here it was. Inner join means all the records from the inner. Inner join means all the common records. The records which exist in both the tables will be displayed. Left join means all the records from the left table and the matching from the right one. Right join means all the records from the right table and matching from the left one. And full join means all the records from both the tables. So how you will come to know which is left and which is right? So that the name of the table which is written before this inner join is the left and after the inner join is right. So the join keyword which you have mentioned, before join left and after join right. So this is the concept. Okay. So shall we proceed now?
Yes, sir.
So the next join which we have is the Cartesian join, or we also refer to as a cross join. So let's see. Okay, I have two tables named CJ1 and CJ2. In the CJ1, I have the roll number and name of the students, and in CJ2, I have the roll number and marks of the student. So in CJ1, if you see, the roll numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and their names. And in the CJ2, the roll numbers are 1, 2, 3, 10, 11 and their names. Okay, so there are few which are uncommon between the two. Now, what does Cartesian join or cross join means? It gives you the cross product. So let me show you that thing visually. Suppose in one table I have, okay, and in another table I have, these are the records which are there in the two tables. Now, what does cross join means? As the name suggests, it is the cross product of the two tables. So it will take the first record from the first table and match with all the records from the second table, like this. So if this is the case, so A will go with A1, A2, A3. Then it will take B. So it will go to B1, B2, and B3. Then again it will take C, C1, C2, C3. And again it will go with D, D1, D2, and D3. Right? So it is a multiplication. So if my first table has 4 records and the second table had 3 records, so overall they were 4 into 3, that is 12 records will be there in this. So if again coming back to my example, if you say in both the tables there are 5 records each. So if I say, let me put a cross join over here. So I will just select CJ1 dot roll number, comma, CJ1 dot name, comma, CJ2 dot marks from CJ1 cross join CJ2 cross join CJ2. Let's execute it. Here is the output. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the marks is all is 90. Right? Then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the second marks, that is 95. So it is taking all the record from the first table and with the first record of the second table and then all record of first table with second record of second table. So as both the table has 5 records each, so I'm getting 25 records. Is this clear? Any doubt? You can speak, please feel to speak. Any doubts in this?
In what case is it used?
Sorry?
So can you give one more example?
One more example. Okay. You mean to say with some different tables?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, I need to create a table for it. Okay, let's do. Okay, I will give you some I will give you the example of which I have created graphically over here.
Yes, sir. No problem.
I have just created these table to give you an example. Now, A1, A2. So here are these two tables. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I will say select A1 dot well, comma A2 dot well from A1 cross join A2. Let's execute it. So see, this is exactly what I have showed you. A1, A2, A3. So it is coming A1, sorry, all the one of this A1, B1, C1, D1. Then again A2, B2, C2, D2, and so on. So as one table has 4 records and another has 3, in total I am getting 12 records. Now you must be like, if I take one more real-time example of this, you can see that the various employees in the company needs to, there are 10 employees which needs to attend, say, 3 trainings. Each of these 10 employees has to attend 3 trainings. That means employee 1 will be attending training 1, 2, 3. Employee 2 will be attending training 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this could be an example of cross join. And there is one, when I told you about join, I told you there is one mandatory condition with the join. Do you remember that mandatory condition? What is the mandatory condition? I can join to table only if
At least one column
common field, sir.
has to available.
Absolutely,
Same column
absolutely.
has to available in both the table.
Yes, absolutely. There should be at least one common field. But as you can see in the example, in these two tables, although I have taken the name as well, but there is no common field. I will not call it as a common field because all the data type and everything is different in the cross join.
We are able to see the hand center, some part of the hand where we give the hand
can see the part of the wrist, which is the connecting dot from the hand center, till the elbow, till the shoulder. So you're getting a complete arm visibility.
Okay. So, right. So this was the cross join. In cross join, there is, let me come back to my original example. This one. Now see, this was the cross join. A very important question is coming up over here. Now let me put on the same table, let me put an inner join and you will be able to compare the two. Select.
Rajiv,
Yes.
In this figure on the right hand side, you have shown that A1, A2, A3.
Yeah.
But it's coming like A1, B1, C1, D1. Like all the elements of the first table.
Yes, first with second, then again first with the second of this. So okay. Oh, I think I have created in a other way around.
Yeah.
Just to explain the concept, let me see. I think you are saying this. So A1, you are saying this?
Yes, Raj.
Yeah. So I just want to
You
try
just
and
wanted
show
to
you.
confirm.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to make show you how the cross product is going on. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Now see this. There's an important concept coming up from CJ1 inner join CJ2 on CJ1 dot roll number is equal to CJ2 dot roll number. Here it is. What is one of the major difference you can see in these two queries? I'm not talking about the output, but the queries in cross and the inner join. Yeah.
The roll number.
What the
We
roll number?
Roll number 1, 2, 3 is coming.
I am again saying I'm not talking about the output. Yes, that is the point. See, it is a very important point and you should have highlighted that thing, that till now all the joins which we have done, we have to specify on. But in cross join, this is not the case. If I want to specify a on over here, see what happens. I will be getting a syntactical error. That means it does not accept the on. Cross join does not accept on keyword. Right now, let me put a where over here. Where CJ1 dot roll number is equal to CJ2 dot roll number, and let's execute this and see what we are getting. What are we getting? We are getting the
same only.
Inner join output.
Wonderful. That's the word I was looking for. Inner join. We are getting the inner join. So that means if I run this or this, both are giving me the same output. So it is a very common interview question, that the relationship between inner join and cross join. So the relationship is this: cross join plus where is equal to inner join, right? So you might encounter this question in your interview based on SQL. So if anybody asks what is the difference between what is the relationship between a cross and the inner join, you simply need to say cross join plus where clause is equal to inner join. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So I hope you carry a pen and paper in the session so you can note down the important things. Okay, so let's proceed further with the cross join. This was the cross join. Now the next concept coming up over here is self join. Okay, now First of all, before I proceed on with this, let me tell you there is nothing known as self-join. Mark my words. There is nothing known as self-join. Okay? Now, what do you mean by self? Self means one. Okay? And join. The concept of joins comes in when there is more than one. So it is saying one and more than one. So actually the name is also wrong. Correct? You agree or yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Right. So even if I am sounding but weird, but I will prove this, that there is nothing known as self join. Okay, so just forget about this self join and let me give you one more example over here. uh okay, I have a table over here called, let me see, I have a table called select uh star from SJ, right? And I have another table called boss. So I have two tables over here, SJ and boss. And before this, let's look at this. Let's look at this. It says there that a sort of a hierarchy is over here. Okay. So Annual, he is the big boss. Okay. Under him, there are two people, Nikunj and Millie. Under Nikunj, there is one person known as Anuj, and under Millie, there are two person. Let's take Raj and F for an example. And under F, I have one person, that is G. Right? So you can simple say, and A we have B and C. Under, or let me make it more simpler so that you can easily understand that thing. Wait. So it is something like this. A, under A we have two employees, B and C. Under B we have an employee called, sorry, D, and the C we have employees, that is say E and F, and under F we have one employee that is known as G. Okay. Now, so this is the structure. With A, the employee ID of A is 1, employee ID of B is 2, and the employee ID of C is 3, employee ID of D is 4, employee ID of E is 5, employee ID of F is 6, and employee ID of G is 7. Okay. Now, so this structure A, B, and C. Under B we have one D, under C we have E and F, under F we have G. So this hierarchy I have displayed over here in the form of these two tables. So in the first table, that is known as SJ, it says employee ID, name, and the boss ID. So A is the big boss, so he doesn't have any boss. B and C, the boss is 1. So let's see. B and C, the boss is 1. D, the boss is 2. D, the boss is 2. E and F, the boss is 3. So E and F, the boss is 3. And G, the boss is 6. G, the boss is 6. Okay. And in the another table which I have the employee ID and the name of the bosses as boss ID and name. So A is the boss, so he's appearing over here. B is also boss, C and F. So all the bosses details are displayed over here. Okay. Now what I want, I want to display employee ID, name, and boss name. Employee ID and name and boss name from these two tables. Can anybody give me an answer to this? It's a simple question of join. Anybody can give the answer? Yes? If yes, please speak yes. We have done joins. No one?
Can you please repeat your question?
I want you. Your name is Amit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Amit, I want to see the employee ID name and the boss name. In this table, I have the employee ID name and the boss ID, but I need employee ID name and the name of the boss. Instead of ID, I need the name of the boss. So simple two tables are here and I want to create a join. So Amit, will you be able to help me in this? Do you think you will be able to create a join on this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Amit, then we will proceed on with this. And now you tell me, what should I write? Say select. Select. What all I need? I need the employee ID, name, and the boss name.
Yes.
So I will say the ID.
Yeah. CJ.
sj.id.
SJ
I
ID.
want from this table, I need the name. And I need the boss name. From where I will be taking the boss name?
Boss.
From the boss table?
Yeah.
Boss dot
name.
Dot name. Okay. Further, tell me from
SJ.
From SJ. Very good. Next.
Right join.
Okay, let's take a right join now. Why specifically right?
Because we only need the name of the bosses, right?
No. It is not. I need the employee. I need all the employees along with their name and the name of their boss.
Okay, then it should be in that left join.
Yeah, it should be a left or inner. Whatever you say, I will go with you.
We'll go with left.
We will go with left. Very good. You are going on the right track, Amit.
Okay.
So as of now, you are the instructor. Okay. So left join. Tell me. Boss. Very good. On. Now. Final step. On what? Tell me. Which two? Wait. Amit is the instructor. Nobody else will speak. Only Amit will speak. Right, Amit. Tell me.
We'll take ID.
ID, right? From which table? We need to specify the name of the table. What should I write?
sj.id.
sj.id equals
boss.bid.
Okay. Boss.bid. Is it fine or you still want to make some changes, Amit?
I don't feel this is fine, but I don't know what to change here. Sorry.
You don't feel it is fine. Why?
Yeah.
Let's execute it. Okay, let's execute. So we are getting the employee ID, name, and the name A, B, B, C, C, right? We are getting the same thing. So let me once again just see these two tables and reconsider the requirement. I know you know the answer. Can you say something, Amit? Any idea?
Wait. Please repeat the question. What else do we need?
I need the boss name. As of now, what happened? I am getting the name of the employee with his name. But instead of his name, I need the boss name. See, just focus over here. You will be able to get the answer. I'm giving you the hint. The answer is in front of you. Okay,
so
let's
we need sj.bossID is equal to boss.bid.
So smart you are, huh? Awesome. Wonderful. This is exactly what is required. So awesome, Amit. Wonderful. That means you understand joins.
Thank you.
So that's awesome. And let me give you one.
Good job. Right. Wonderful. So this is clear to everybody. Yes or no? Is it clear? Any doubts? See, I'm trying to reveal a very important concept over here. So if this thing is clear, then only we will be able to proceed further. Anybody, any doubts, please raise. Otherwise, I will.
But I have not understood.
You have not understood, right? No problems.
Can
Let
you
me tell you.
explain once again, sir? Can you explain once again this whole?
Okay. Although this is a task of Amit sir has told us. So it's Amit's query. So he should explain, but with due permission from Amit, I will try to explain it. Fine, Amit?
Yes, sir. You have my permission. Sir.
Thank you. Okay. So
just one question.
Yes, please tell.
Yeah. So when we say select, these are the only fields that we want to show. That's what it means.
Yes, absolutely.
And common column can be beyond this these three columns from where we will pick.
No, see, there is a common column is there. Okay, when I say common column, I actually does not mean the same name. When I am saying same column means same data, the two data which can be compared. In one, suppose I am saying ID. So in one name, it could be a roll number, and in another table, it could be a student ID.
No, I understand that. All I'm saying is if I don't want to, let's say I don't want to show boss ID at all.
So we are not showing boss ID in the join.
Yeah. So basically select is only, we are only, the ones which are highlighted in select, only those columns we are showing.
Obviously,
right?
yes. Obviously, yes. Whatever you want to see, you can write over here. Okay. So what have we done? We have said what all we need from the SJ, we need ID. From SJ, we need name. And from the boss, we need boss name. Okay. From SJ, left join boss. So I hope if from till here, there is no confusion.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this is the main key. Which two fields? Because till now, what all example we have seen, it was very clear. We have the same name field in both the tables. So where we say that sj1 dot roll number is equal to sj2 dot roll number, for an example. Okay. Now in this, we are comparing the boss ID and the BID. These two fields are getting compared. So what it will do for the join, let me make it like this. Like this. So what it has done, it will take 1A from the SJ. So it will display over here 1A. Then it will say on SJ dot boss ID, which is this, it will look for, and the A boss is null. So it will look for null over here. Null will remain null. So a null will be displayed over here. In second case, it will take 2B from the SJ table. So it will write 2B and it will see that the boss ID of B's boss ID is 1. It will check the name of 1 from the second table and it will display A. Similarly, it will take 3C from the first table. It will display 3C and check the ID of the boss of C, that is 1. It will check the name of 1 from this second table, that is A. It will display A. Further, it will take 4D from the first table. It will display that and see the boss ID. The boss ID is 2. It will check the name of 2 from the second table, that is B. It will display B. Okay, and so on it is going. So it is comparing this and this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. And as if you can see in the output, we are getting name. So to be more specific, we can also give a table alias as boss name. I told you about this table alias initially as well. Yes, no? Table alias is nothing but a temporary name. It's like a label. We are putting a label on it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Call by this name.
Sorry?
Further, if you want to look at this, look up this table, can we just say select star from boss name and will it show all the data?
Select star from boss name.
Yeah, because we have defined it as boss name, right?
No, we have not defined a table as a boss name. See, this is the, like you see this column, right? What is the heading of this column?
Name.
Name. Now I want to put a label on this name. So I can say it as
Okay.
EMP name. I'm just putting a sticker, you can say something like that, just to make you understand. It is coming as employee name.
Sure.
That is the column name. By default, a column name will be displayed. However, if you want to give a customized name to your column name, we can use, this is known as table alias. Sorry, my apologies. Column alias, right? Or in a layman terms, you can call it as a label we have provided on the column. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Now a very nice question coming up. Now you tell me, so this is an example of left join, okay?
Sir, can we do with inner join this?
Yes, we
Like
can.
inner join boss on SJ boss ID is equal to boss ID.
Let's put it. Why not? We can use any join. We are using inner join. We are getting the output. What is the difference you have observed over here?
Sir, the null value is not there.
It is not there. So we have taken the left join because I want all the records from SJ. SJ is the left table. Yes or no? Because it is coming before join. So that is the left and the boss is the right. So I want all the records from the left table. That's why I have used left join. I hope this is clear.
Okay. Okay, clear, sir. Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes. Now, now tell me give me an answer to this question. Is this is the boss details? These are the boss details and this is the employee detail. Come on, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now tell me, is boss also an employee? Yes, no. Is boss also an employee?
Yes.
Yes. Boss is also an employee. Now, you remember we have talked about normalization. And normalization,
yes.
What does the basic concept of normalization? There should be no data redundancy. Data redundancy means duplicacy of data. There should be no duplicacy of data. So in this, if I am creating a boss table, I am ideally I am storing the same data, that is employee ID and name, at two different places. You agree to this? Are you getting this concept?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, can you come again?
I am saying you agree to my point that both boss and boss is also an employee. You agree to this point or not?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then I am saying that if boss is also an employee, that means I am storing the details of the employee at two places, one in the employee table and one in the boss table. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it is going against normalization. So ideally, I should not have any table known as boss. Here it is. Now I have only this table with the name of SJ. I have only one table with the name of SJ. But I have a similar requirement. Look at this table. I need ID, name, and the name of the boss. Now, can you give me where is Amit sir gone? Amit sir?
Yes, Rajiv. Yes, I'm here.
Sir, so can we have this? The similar
Yeah, I
outputs
think through
now.
self-join we can have what you
Sir, there is nothing known as self-join, sir. I told you. Please.
Like that, okay.
Please don't say like that. So now tell me, can you modify this query to give me the same output? Now I have only one table, that is SJ. So let's try that.
So now we need boss name, right, in this table.
We can definitely. It's very simple. Let's create two copies of the same table. How? I'm copying the same query and instead of SJ, I am using it as S1. S1.id, S1.name, and S2.name from SJ, S1, left join, SJ, S2 on s1.boss.id is equal to s2.id, and let me show you s1. First of all, let me execute it. So we are getting the desired result. Yes, are we getting the desired result?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Now
Yes.
see how it has been done. So I have simply created 2 copies of this table. Here it is. Now again the same concept is going on. This is getting compared to this. That's what I have said. On this is S1, this is S2. I am referring to this copy as S1 and this copy to S2. I am saying on S1.boss.id is equal to S2.id. So it is exactly what we have done initially. The only difference is now instead of boss, I have made a copy of the same thing. Is the point clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you scroll up a bit?
Scroll up. Okay. Where? You want to compare the initial query with the boss and the another one?
This
So
S1
I have copied the same thing.
having
Yeah.
This S1 have we created I mean
Let's
SJ
go
is a
more.
created table.
Wait. You remember we have talked about when I told you about joins, I talked about table alias, giving a table a nickname.
Yeah.
So this is what I have done. I have given a table a nickname. So actually, I'm saying I have created a table, copy of a table, just to make you understand. I have not literally created a copy of a table. I am referring the same table with 2 names, 2 nicknames. S1 and S2 are the name of the same table. So you can see I have created a Xerox of the same thing. Is this clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Any doubts? Anybody? I'm putting so much of a stress on this particular thing because this is very important and a new concept will come up over here. So that means I can proceed. Now see, I am comparing the table. I have created 2 copies of the same table. Yeah.
Yes.
I have created
Yes,
2
sir.
copies of the same tables, and this is copy 1 and this is copy 2. So I am comparing the third column from the copy 1 with the first column from the copy 2. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Now,
Yes, sir.
let me execute it like this. Now, I can say also like this, I am comparing this column with this column. Can I say so?
Yes.
Yes.
So, there is only one table now. This is only one table now. If I
Yes.
execute these 2, suppose.
Yes, sir.
And I am comparing the table by using S1 and S2. I am comparing the table to itself. I am comparing the table to itself. Yes.
Yeah.
In other words, I can say I am joining the table to itself.
Yes.
So that means I am talking about self join.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is known as self join. So when you compare a table or when you join a table to itself, it is known as self join. Agreed?
Yep.
Only Amit is with me, huh? Only Amit agrees, nobody else.
Looking like a magic, sir.
Looking like a magic? The magic has not finished so far. You have forgotten one thing. I told you that there is nothing known as self join. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But now I am saying there is a self join. Yes,
That's what
I
magic
am.
says.
I am.
Sorry, one
Conflicted.
question. Yeah, one
Yes,
question.
quickly.
So
Tell
can
me.
we say that we use self-join when we want, let's say, certain fields, yeah, to be used? I mean, for different functions. For instance, here, like there is a hierarchy, right? That's why it's changing.
Yes, in a simpler words, we can say that when we want to compare the table to itself, or to put it more simpler, if you want to compare the two columns of a table, if you want to compare the two columns of the table, then it is known as self-join. Am I able to answer your question? Hello?
Yeah, I mean, in what, like, how to
I
say?
am actually comparing the two columns of the same table. I am comparing this column with this column. Okay?
Okay.
ID and boss ID are both the part of the same table, and I am comparing the two columns of the same table, or I can say that I am comparing the table to itself. That's why it is itself. Joining a table to itself, that's why it is known as a self join. Is it clear now?
Yeah.
All right. But now, as I told you, there is nothing known as self-join. Still, I am saying there is nothing known as self-join, because if you look at the query, can you tell me which join I have used over here? Can you tell
Left
me?
join. Left
Left
join.
join. Absolutely. We are using left join. So there is nothing known as self-join. You cannot write self-join over here. It will be a syntax error. So if we talk about practically, there is nothing known as self-join. It is actually a left join or right join, or it could be any join. So self join is a concept, but rest of the join are practical thing. Right? So I hope I am able to prove myself. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So see, I have tried to explain you this self join in a very different manner. I could have done in a first go also, but I have gone in a reverse manner, just to make you understand the concept. And remember, it is a very important concept, the self join. Okay. So these were the very various joins we have in Tableau. The next, we are coming up few of the clauses, which are, the first one is the union clause. So these clauses, so you might have done this set theory in your school days, where we used to have something like this: A union B, A intersect B. Have you done
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Used to this, like, we have a set A is equal to 1 2 3 4 5, for an example. Set B is equal to 4 5 6 7 8. Now, what will be A union B?
1
Remember?
to 8. All the
Okay.
elements.
1
Ones.
2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And if I want A intersect B, what
4
it
5.
very good. It will be 4 5. Same thing we have over here as well. So let me write a query first. So I will say select. Okay. Let me take this one. Left join. So I'm getting all the records from left table, that is CJ1, and the matching from the right table, that is CJ2. Let's take another example. I'm using a right join. Join over here. Now I'm getting all the records from the right table and the matching records from the left table. So these are the two separate queries, query 1 and query 2. Yeah? Query 1 and query 2. Then let's unite the output of these queries. So I will say union, simple, and I will run them together. Here it is. So the output of query 1 and the query 2 has been united, and we are getting this. Is this point clear? Now, similarly, so this was the union. We have another clause known as union all. Now see this and try to highlight the difference. So what is the difference over here now? Union all B. A union all B. So in this you can say Kapil, Rohan, Rajat, Amit, Mohit, and again Kapil, Rohan, Rajat. So there will be duplication. Repetition. So if the example which I have given you, if I take in that example, if I say A union all B, then what will be the output? What will be
all the elements, whether it is repeated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6,
4,
7.
5, absolutely. Then 4,
5, 6, 7, 8.
6, 7, and 8. So this is union all. Then the third clause which we have is intersect. And what should intersect give? Sorry? What should intersect give? The common record.
1, 2, 3.
Right. So in this case,
Common
it will be 4, 5. According to the example, 4, 5. The one which exists in both. Then we have one more clause which is known as accept. Accept clause. So what does it say? All the elements of A except the ones which also exist in B. So let me execute it. It coming me 4th and the 5th record. So it will show all the, in this example, if I say, what will be A except B in this example?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Absolutely correct. It should be 1, 2, 3. So A except B. So these are few set clauses. We have union, union all. Union will simply unite the two outputs. Union all will also unite the output but including the duplicate records. Intersect will give you the common records between the two outputs. And accept will give you all the records of first query excluding the ones which are or which also exist in the second query. Any questions?
Rajiv, can you please show CJ1 and CJ2 also here, just to compare once?
Yes, just showing. Okay. Is it fine?
So this can be used between two joins or can be used between two tables.
I didn't get your question. Please elaborate. What are you trying to ask? Two joins or two
Like
tables?
first one we have a left join. Like first one we have a left join,
right,
which has two table join.
okay.
Then second one we have joins right join.
Hmm.
Can we also use it between two tables like without joins?
Okay, so what I can conclude, your question is that is it mandatory to use joins if we want to use these clauses? Is it so? This is what you wanted to ask?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
Yes, yes, sir.
let me give you another example. Select a star from EMP where city is equal to Chandigarh. And instead of a star, I will say employee ID, comma, name, comma, city, comma, date of joining. So date of joining. Let's check date of birth. This is the first query. Let me write another query. Right. So these are the two separate queries. I have one employee from Chandigarh and 7 employees from Dehradun. Okay. So both the queries are returning employee ID, name, city, and date of birth. I want to unite these two queries as one, so I can simply union. So the two outputs has been united. No concept of joins over here.
Okay.
Am I able to answer your question?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. Now, as
Thank you, sir.
most welcome. As you have highlighted this thing, so there are few points to be noted when we are working in joins, which are, sorry, not joins, when we are working on this clauses like union all. So both the query should return same number of columns. In the first query, there are 4 columns. So in the second column, second query, there should also return 4 columns. So the number of columns should be same. Second, the data type should also be same. Third, the name of the column should also be same. So in one word, I can say in one single line that the structure should be the same. Suppose if in the first one, I don't want the date of birth. Let's try to unite these two. I am not able to do so. Why? Because the structure of the table should be 100% identical. Then only union can be done. Okay? Is this clear?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. So let's proceed. So these were the various clauses. Coming to the assignment. In the employee table, display employee ID, name, city, date of joining, department designation, salary of Delhi employees. Then details of all the employees whose salaries are not available. This means I want to see the details of all those employees who have their information in the employee table but not in the employee salary table. And I hope that you have done the previous assignments. You have created the employee table, and I think I have also shared the inventory structure with you. Have I?
Yes, you shared it.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now the things will be based on that. Details of all the employees whose salary details are not available. In the inventory structure, display product ID, product description, category, supplier name, and supplier city. Okay, so this is a join between the product and the supplier table, Now another one is a good one. It says display order ID, order date, customer name, address, phone, product description, price, order quantity and amount. Now if you notice, order ID will become order ID, order date will be coming from the orders table. Customer name, address, phone will be taken from the customer table. Product description and price will be taken from the product table. Order quantity will be taken from the orders table, and amount, it does not exist in any of the table, so we need to calculate it as price into quantity as amount. Okay, so this is
Yeah.
the joins.